Folks, what's up? Good morning. This is Michael on the graveyard shift in the wee hours of the night with your daily trivia question. That's what I'm talking about. And welcome to the weekend after a long, weird week. It just kind of crept and crawled. We all had all kinds of weird things happening as far as like weather goes. But we made it. It was the first week of the year, and we survived. How about that? Now we're off and running. And all I could say is bundle up because it is absolutely bitter cold outside. I just walked out a minute ago. Wear your hoodie, wear a sweatshirt, wear your jacket. Bundle up, in other words. And if you're anything like me on a day like today, I'm just going to go home and stay inside. But I digress. The answer to the previous trivia question was, of course, Schoolhouse Rock, my all-time favorite Schoolhouse Rock. We all know these videos, these little short films. We all grew up with them on Saturday morning watching cartoons. So Schoolhouse Rock was an awesome series of animated, musical, educational short films that covered all kinds of themes to include grammar, science, economics, mathematics, civics, and of course, my personal all-time favorite, history. Whoop, whoop. The series' original run lasted from 1973 to 1984. It had a pretty good run on TV, and it covered topics like American independence, the branches of government, gravity in the solar system, the nervous system, and even the weather, and my all-time favorite, the legislative process. And I'm talking about I'm Just a Bill on Capitol Hill. That poor Bill in that video, he goes from one end of Congress to the next trying to get passed into a law, and he ends up at one point on the steps of the Capitol Hill just because, you know, the bill died, so he got kicked out. You get it? It's good stuff. It's just good stuff. The series was the idea of a guy named David McCall, who was an advertising executive. Go figure. And he noticed that his young son was struggling with learning multiplication tables. That's how the very first Schoolhouse Rock video came to be, which, if you remember, if you're like me, old enough like me, was 3 is the magic number. That was the first one. And that's what you do, folks, when your kid is struggling with something like that and you're an advertising executive. You come up with something nifty like Schoolhouse Rock that's educational, that's fun for kids. Just a great piece of history. I love this trivia question. A box set of the entire Schoolhouse Rock is available. It was added to the Library of Congress's National Recording History in 2013. So you can get the whole set. You can get DVDs. You can get CDs from Schoolhouse Rock. There was a special 30th anniversary edition released, and even a musical theater adaptation. I had no idea. And as I was researching Schoolhouse Rock a little further from the stuff that I already know, it was brought back to life, I think, in the late 90s. And had kind of a short run in that regard as well. You can get this stuff on Amazon, or you can look it up on YouTube, folks. Like I said, it's just a great piece of history, especially for kids. And it's something that I thought was neat because if you're a kid or if you have kids, we've all heard of the Schoolhouse Rock videos. So that's pretty darn cool. All right, folks, to get our weekend started, that brings us to today's trivia question for January 8th. On this day in 2002, President George W. Bush signs this act into law, which created new standards and goals for the nation's public schools and implemented tough corrective measures for schools that failed to meet them. Be careful, folks. There's a couple of things that could fit into this category easily. And you know me, I'm always trying to trick you up. Go enjoy your weekend, folks. Please be safe. Peace out.